We've come a real long way to see freaking Buster Blader showing his ugly head in the format. I don't know if I should be like about this or if I should be excited for this, because anytime I get the chance to see Prologue and Buster Whelp and company showing up, you know it's gonna be a good time for the format. So these are top deck lists. This was from NKLS 11 and Matus Alves's list. This was from the 3v3 LCS this weekend. And, so Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman. It's a Buster Blader plus a Dragon type monster. Huh. Fancy. Must be first special summon or fusion summon. Cannot be summoned by other ways. This card gains 1,000 attack for each Dragon type monster in your opponent's graveyard and that they control, by the way. Change all dragon monsters your opponent controls to defense position. Also, dragon type monsters in your opponent's possession cannot activate their effects. This card attacks a defense position monster and inflict trample to your opponent. So this guy can't attack directly, but that doesn't matter. If your opponent's got a field of dragons, you are literally going to smack them around and you're just going to win the game. So this Buster Blader actually had 2 showings in Top Cut for the 3v3. And I was very intrigued by this. I don't know if the other list is very similar to this, but this is where we're starting. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 2 copies of the Buster Blader the Destruction Swordsman. So this card's name becomes Buster Blader while in the field and in the graveyard. If a monster your opponent controls is destroyed by battle card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one of those destroyed monsters and equip it to this card. And then you can target, and equip it. Once per turn, you can send one monster card you control that is equipped to this card to the graveyard, destroy all monsters your opponent controls with the same type as that monster. We're just going to be using this as fusion fodder. But if you somehow come across the ability to abuse that first effect, go for it. On normal summon for this little Buster Whelp, you get to add a Destruction Sword card. So this will actually tutor for memories and for Prologue, which are the 2 things that we care most about here. And then you can only use one of the following effects once per turn. So you can tribute this card to summon a Buster Blader from your hand or graveyard. Or if this card is in your graveyard and you control a Buster Blader, you can discard a Destruction Sword to special summon this card from your graveyard. Also acting as a tuner. You know what that means. Extenders. Then we have a little Dogmatica engine to kind of put pressure on the opponents. We have 1 Ecclesia, 1 Fleur-de-Lis. Then we have triple Nibiru, 1 copy of Red Eyes Wyvern so that we can abuse Insight for our combo, 1 Dark Magician, and 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon. And then we have triple copies of Nadir Servant, triple copies of Red Eyes Fusion. And then we have 2 Insight rounding out the spells. Traps. We have 2 Destruction Sword and Memories here. So this will let us discard a Destruction Sword card. We have to spot summon a Buster Blader monster from our deck. Okay, we don't really care about that. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Fusion summon Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your graveyard. I'll be on my way to summoning my OTK machine against you. We have 1 Dogmatica Punishment. 2 Ice Dragons Prison. This card is seeing so much play right now. This card is so good. Triple copies of Infinite Permanence. 2 copies of Dynamiscus. This gives us an auto out and a discard fodder to send our swords. Actually, this is really good for our deck. Then we have triple copies of Prologue. So this will let us send a Destruction card and a Buster Blader monster from our deck to the graveyard, except for Prologue. And then we get to special summon 1 Buster Dragon from our extra deck or graveyard, but destroy during the end phase. Okay, we don't really care about that. Yeah, we do. We care about that a lot. It's probably one of the best things this deck has going for it, is the ability to capitalize on that summon. And you banish this card from your graveyard. This turn, Destruction Sword card control cannot be destroyed by battle card effect. Considering that this will basically fuel into the dragon to start setting up combo, it's actually absurd how long I guess it's taken us to want to explore this option. And we have 2, there can only be 1. Yeah, this card's fantastic. And then we have triple copies of Trap Trick. Extra deck down here, we have 1 Anima, 1 Protector Whelp, little Anaconda, 1 Link Karibo, 1 Unicorn with 1 Bloodluster Soldier, the Soldier of Chaos, 1 Hot Red Dragon Archery, and then we have the 2 little Buster Dragons. So all monsters your opponent controls become dragon. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They're just dragon. Once per turn, if you do not control a Buster Blader monster, you can target 1 Buster Blader in your graveyard, special summon it. Once per turn, during your opponent's turn, you target 1 Buster Blader you control, equip 1 Destruction Sword monster from your graveyard to it. Alright, so basically, this is going to help us load up make everything a dragon so that we can OTK over them with this and then apply the global negation through this. Then we have one Titanclad, one Dark Dragoon, one copy of Cameraphlagia, one Intis, and then 2 copies of our Wincon. And then we have 2 Lancia, triple Effect Veiler, triple Gamma, 1 Driver, triple Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Imperial Order, and 2 copies of Solemn Judgment, wrapping up this list. And I think that in terms of development for the metagame, this is one of the coolest things I've got the chance to see in a very, very long time. So I'm very happy to see that Buster Blader has found his way back on into the format here. So very nice. Next up, we have Dinosaurs, and this is from the first place team. You guys know that they literally tore through the competition, and they did very, very, very well. It was Gabrielle, Hash, and Cormac all playing Dinosaurs. And like I said, my favorite quote of the weekend was from the second place team, where like, guys, don't thank us or anything, but we're just helping take care of getting Miscellaneous Ceratosaurus banned. So this is one big win for Dinosaurs. Hopefully one more step in the right direction for putting Miscellaneous back to 1. This card is nuts. That's all I have to say. So first place Dinosaurs go burr. So we have 2 copies of Animador and Archosaur, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, 2 copies of Little Baby Ceratosaurus, with 1 Dino Wrestler Pankratops, triple copies of Miscellaneous Boy, triple copies of Nibiru, 1 copy of Little Pterodon, triple copies of Gamma, triple copies of the Saluting Oviraptor, Hey Stratos, 2 copies of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, 1 Psyframe Driver with 2 copies of the Double Evolution Pill, triple copies of Fossil Dig, triple copies of our Combo Extender, 2 copies of Mystic Mine. When all goes south, just remember, there's a mine for that. Give it to your opponent. Oh, I can play the game now. Strange. Triple copies of Pot of Extravagance with 1 set rotation, 1 terraforming, and 2 copies of Infinite Permanence, wrapping up the main deck. Now, since we are extra, the extra deck's going to be bulked down with a lot more options to make sure that we can kind of space out, capitalize on these cards. So we have 2 copies of Secure Gardener, 1 Lambda, 2 copies of Linkribo, 1 Unicorn with 1 Phoenix, 1 copy of Access Code, 1 Tornado Dragon, 1 Logia, triple copies of Dolka, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 copy of Psyframe Lord Omega. Side deck here we have triple copies of DD Crow, 2 copies of the Token Collector. This card is still really freaking good. Alright, do not underestimate Token Collector. Alright, we have 1 Called by the Grave, 1 Feather Duster, 2 copies of Lightning Storm, 2 copies of Ice Dragon's Prison, and then 2 copies of Survival End. Evidently this card is insane. And then we have 2 copies of Trap Trick. Yay, side deck broken cards. And then the last deck we have here is Dragon Link. This was also from the first play, or the team that the Buster Dragon deck came from for you guys. So a little bit interesting options here. The Noctovision in the side deck, 2 in the main. Like I said, I've heard so many people on the fence about this card. It's actually kind of ridiculous right now. So we have 1 copy of Black Dragon, Collapse Serpent, triple copies of the Black Metal Dragon, 1 Chaos Dragon, Lavioneer, 1 Dragon Buster, the Destruction Sword, 1 Phalanx with triple copies of Nibiru, 2 copies of Noctovision, 1 Brotar, triple copies of Gamma, 1 Red Rose, with 1 Darkness Metal, 1 Recharger, triple copies of Rocket Tracer, 1 Stylish Safort, 1 Wyvern Buster, 1 White Rose Dragon, and 1 copy of Psyframe Driver. Then we have 1 Boot Sector, triple copies of Chaos Space, 1 Dragoonity Divine Lance, 1 copy 1-for-1, triple copies of Quick Launch, triple copies of World Legacy Guard Dragon, and triple copies of Infinite Permanence here. Then we have 1 Union Driver, 2 copies of Striker Dragon, 1 Protector Whelp, 1 Link Cross, 1 Heretic Seals, 1 Pisty, 1 Elpie, 1 Romulus, 1 Deligerous, 1 Halifibrax, 1 Boral Sword with 1 Martial Metal, 1 Herald, and 1 Boral Sword. Side deck we have triple Lancia, 2 copies of Effect Veiler, triple copies of the Dark Kaiju 3300 body. Very, 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 very good card. It's amazing that this has probably become the best Kaiju over Gamma Seal. 1 Noctovision with triple copies of Tactics and triple copies of Twin Twisters, rounding out your encompassing sphere of deck list from this event. So, what do you guys think about the 3v3 so far? If some more interesting deck lists pop up, I will do a separate video for this tomorrow. But this is the most interesting stuff I've seen so far. So guys, please, and comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I will see you guys on the flip side. Peace out. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.